Hi, my name's Henry and I've just updated my camera data node. Let me show you what's new. Here I have a really basic scene with a bunch of cameras that just animate around. There's one inside the subnetwork here, and there's also one in an object context just over here. I'm going to put down my camera data node here. And the first thing we're going to do is we can come in and select whichever camera we want to use here, but we can also come in and have this done automatically for us. So if I hit this yellow icon, this will go in and find every camera it can within 4 levels of the object level, and then we can cycle through this list using this button here. The output of this is threefold. The first is a frustum of the camera. We can adjust the near and far clips really easily, and we can adjust the X and Y margin independently, so no need for a peak node. We can also tell it to export per frame. We can get a range from this, which will export between the values we select here. We can tell it to shrink wrap the result of this, or we can run a Boolean to calculate one piece of geometry from this whole thing. We can also tell it to output an image plane, which we can adjust the depth of by using the near clip. We can also create a point here that represents where our camera actually is. This point contains an away attribute which gives us the direction the camera is facing. We can displace this and we can adjust it in screen space along the X and Y. We can also get the bounds of wherever our camera is going over time. This will be based on what we're doing with the frustum. And we can tell the bounds to use the absolute camera position so that it always goes up to wherever the camera really is. Again, we can set a range for this, and we can change the padding as you would with a normal bounce node. If I put down a fresh camera data node, I can show you some of the utility features. Under the Utils tab, we can set up a culling setup here, which as you can see will create a keep group based on the bounding object we feed it, and then blast that away. We can set this up to use the bounds over time, and this will capture a much broader area for our camera. We can also create a distance setup, which will allow us to visualize how far away from the camera our geometry is. This can be remapped. We can also get the normal directions of our geometry to face towards or away from the camera. And that's a quick look at the camera data node. It's available on my Gumroad now. Thanks for watching.